show starts in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast, Monday Night Raw post show for August 5th, 2024. It's your boy AB from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
Oh, you just keep it simple today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Monday Night Raw post SummerSlam is in the books. And it starts off, Gunther comes out looking like a real world champion should, to a sea of people chanting, "You deserve it."
With a suit on.
With a suit on, looking clean. He goes on to say, if you think his IC reign was something, just wait till you see the world title reign. And he lets all comers know that no one will take this title off of him. Then that brings out Randy Orton, who says at King of the Ring, his shoulders weren't pent. He talked to Triple H, and in Berlin, Gunther's home soil, he will get his rematch for the world title. They shake hands. This was respectful, and they go off their separate ways. Ron, Gunther, Randy, coming soon. Are you for it?
I'm for it. I was for it when they had the match for the King of the Ring, and now it's some actual bigger stakes. I think we know how it's going to end, but I'm excited to see this match. And shout out to Ludwig Kaiser making his return for that intro. That's always a great intro when it's completely dark and they got the spotlight on, and he says that I ask for your gratitude, and that whole thing is dope. That whole production part of it. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this reign with Gunther. Let's bring some more prestige back to this title.
Man, he just looked like a champion should look, man. I swear, it's just refreshing after Damien. Chuck, what you think?
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably not gonna be well, but I hope they Goldberg this with Randy.
Really?
Wow. I hope that Randy wins, and then when they have their rematch, then he loses. I don't know why, but I really want Randy to have this. I forgot which number he's at, but I've been really wanting him to capture that one. Yeah,
I've been really wanting John Cena.
But I was like, I don't really expect Randy to have a long reign with it. He got it, but it was just the fact that I would love for him to win it and then lose it. Like, but then again, Gunther losing it right after getting it would kind of suck. So I already know Randy's gonna win. Randy's gonna win. I personally would love for Randy to win it, just to get it, and then have Gunther take it, and then not lose for a while after that.
Yeah, that would definitely be dope. But yeah, I see Gunther holding it. I wanted Randy to beat Cody, but after that, Cody Roman 3 has to happen, and nothing can stop that coming. So yeah, definitely.
I even like that little exchange. He was like, "By the way, I there's nothing that I don't see." And he was like, "Oh, everybody says that, but I want you to see it coming." I was like, "Oh."
That was hard. That was hard as hell.
I saw somebody post that they think that Gunther's run is going to be longer than Roman's. I'm like, no. And nobody's coming close to that ever again. At least for a long, long, long time.
Right. It's going to be a while before that. But next up, we get Sheamus defeats Kaiser in a banger. Even though Pete Dunne attempted to hit him again with the shillelagh, but it backfired. He missed. Sheamus gave him the knee to the head, rolled in the ring, hit him with the bro kick in 1, 2, 3. Sheamus gets the win over Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend, Kaiser. Chuck, was this the right move?
Or as I call him, Peter Pan, because of those boots.
Right.
They called it what, the Ken Dow is what they call it.
Right.
Man.
I can't believe he with Tiffy, man. What the hell?
Hey fam, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. I've been really big on this whole merch conspiracy. But if y'all notice, Sheamus got a new shirt. How you gonna have him lose with a new shirt?
Yeah, that's true.
If it ain't Tay with the ring entrance conspiracy, now you with the t-shirt conspiracy.
I said merch because Tiffy. I said a new a briefcase. What they got online? The new briefcase.
Yeah.
Sheamus came out with the new banger after banger shirt.
Yeah.
What do they got online right now? Banger after banger. Come on.
Jay got a new shirt that says "Eat, Sleep, Eat, Repeat." So
Yeah, he
maybe
ain't doing
something.
nothing. He backstage eating and catering. Ridiculous,
He ain't
man.
nothing, bro. He ain't doing
Hyping
Ridiculous.
Sammy up. That's all he doing.
He
Hey,
in trouble or something. This just don't make sense, man.
No,
Yeah.
they try. I think they try and let his momentum die off. That way they can put him with Roman, and it would make sense. Because right now, he's too over to go back with Roman.
Right.
So you got to make him. You got to bring that hype down. But hey, when you keep putting out dope merch like he's doing, and have him with the Sami Zayn in the back, you kind of keeping his. Even if he ain't wrestling, I don't know if y'all seen. He had this one thing. He was like, "I'm sorry in the bank." But I still have one of the greatest entrances. Like, people still is believing in him. Even though he's not winning. Jesus, they need to let that man win. Just
Brian,
one time.
what's up with your boy Pete Dunne, man? Attacking people with NXT, attacking Sheamus. What's going on, man?
He's sick of everybody. They called him Butch for like 2 years, man. I'd be mad too. But
Yeah.
They just called me Butch for 2 years. But I think this was the right move because Sheamus needed a win. And it was a convincing win. It was still a hard fought battle. Luba Kaiser did not look weak in the process. And like I said, Sheamus knows how to elevate other talents that put on these hard hitting matches. So I'm just excited to see Pete Dunne versus Sheamus because that's gonna be another banger. So
Yeah. And you might as well break this down for us. Your boy next up, Joe Gacy, gets his vignette. How you feel about that, Ryan?
I thought it was cool. It didn't really tell you nothing though. It just kind of set up that he was in the group. That was about it.
Right. Chuck, your thoughts on Joe Gacy's videotape? They getting worse and worse, man. They need to stop it. This guy.
I think this was the last one.
All right.
Thank God.
Okay, they're done now.
But I will say, I'm going to try to hold on to the end, but I will say that they picked the right people to play each of the puppets.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
100%. Well, next up, though, Damian Priest comes to the ring and says he no longer needs the Judgment Day. His new family is the people, and they were a little bit behind him. I was shocked. I'm still not. I don't like him, and I never will. But he then calls out Finn for payback from last night, but Finn appears on the Titantrons and says he's not going to fight him, but JD will. And he goes on to say he'll fight him when he least expects it, when his back is turned, and he can stab him in the back again. Then he says he won't be alone when he does it. The camera pans out to the new Judgment Day with Finn, JD, Carlito, Dom, and Liv standing strong by Finn Balor. Ryan, are you feeling somebody?
I feel like somebody called this.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
At SummerSlam, I said, "Yo, that's a new Judgment Day." I'm like, they kicked Rhea out, and they kicked Damian out, and they replaced him with Carlito and Liv Morgan. So I like this new Judgment Day. I like it.
Hard, man.
I like it a lot. And Finn Balor said there are no leaders. It's not supposed to be, and I can believe it on this one.
Right.
I'm excited with this new Judgment Day too. And I will say that Damian Priest having something, it's something about, like, it was the same thing we said about Cody's run up to getting the title was more exciting than what his title reign is right now. Like, his title reign isn't terrible, but it's nowhere near as exciting as him going for it. Damian Priest actually having something to really fight for is more exciting right now as a story than him having the title. So I think the way that they made him lose the title was the right call.
Definitely. Your thoughts on the segment, Chuck?
It was all right. But I will say something that we said a while back though, and this isn't a knock at Cody. It's just like what we said with Bailey. A lot of times they chase these titles for so long, and then when they get it, they don't have a follow-up match for them, which makes the run look crappy because we're like, who is he going to fight? He knocked everybody else on the way up. Now that he's at the top, there's nobody left for him, and it's kind of like you're pulling strings to try to put him up against him. And I was like, okay. And I think that was the one that Roman had was when he came back. Because remember, he was gone for a minute. Once he took it from Bray and Braun, there was like the whole roster that he had.
Right.
So it made his title look good because he continuously had somebody to fight, even when it was Brock Lesnar 3 times. Seth Rollins did it once or twice. You know what I'm saying? It was with Cody. It's like the only person he can go against right now is Roman, or you have to bring back somebody that he hasn't fought, or bring back a Brock Lesnar and have him go again. But it's like it's on the main roster, he's wearing through.
Yeah, I don't think that is no fault to Cody. Him and Roman after Mania, they both like huge pillars. It's like Titans. You can't really have them go against somebody else.
That's what I was saying. I was saying I'm not trying to knock Cody with this. Normally I'm a Cody hater. I'm saying I even said the same thing with Bailey. With Bailey, there was nobody. Who you fighting?
Yeah,
you knocked everybody out. You're sitting there at the top of the pedestal, and what makes your run crappy is you're not fighting anybody that we deem worthy enough to maybe take it from you.
Yeah.
Like with the Gunther, the first match is Randy Orton. Even though we all know Randy's not going to win, but the possibility of Randy taking it from him is real. Especially when we've seen, I don't know if y'all remember a while back when Roman had fought and got the belt, and then Sheamus came out and cashed in on him. And Roman lost it as quick as he got it.
Yeah.
And nobody thought he did. So it's like, knowing that they might do these little things is what, like, oh, this is believable. But nobody believed, I always call him Miss Brady, but AJ Styles is phenomenal. Nobody thought he was going to beat Cody.
Right. Yeah.
With that soccer mouth hairstyle, nobody knows. He's not going to beat him.
One thing about this segment that, I don't know, man, it just maybe... Damian's reign was so horrible. I do feel the crowd. I feel what people are feeling. They are starting to believe him. I just was so disgusted at the reign. It's going to take me a little minute. But this whole gangster street stuff, get the Glock with the, one in the chamber. Who are you, man? What are you talking about, man?
He said punishment. He's punishment Martinez again. That's what he said.
But I think that's what I'm saying is like with Damian, everybody he fought. So the fact that he kept getting over, we were getting mad at it. That's what I'm saying. Where you got Cody is like, we're waiting for somebody worthy. With Damian, everybody's more worthy than you, dude. And
right.
Get the belt off of him and put it on the Jey Uso, put it on the Gunther, put it on the just one 6'8" giant fighting CM Punk right now. I forgot his name already.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
You got Drews. These guys, you got Seth. These guys legitimately can beat you and should beat you. And when you go over, we're like, the actual fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
I was impressed by Finn, though. Finn was on the mic talking that talk. I like that Finn Balor, though, man. I can't wait for this all to play out.
The Prince is back, bro.
The Prince is back.
Even JD was like, hey, man, I'm back to being an ace. Like, I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
JD's
JD's promo was nice, too. I was like, okay. This is the JD I remember when he was in NXT UK. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of NXT, Lyra Valkyria next up gets the win as Sonya Deville and Zoe interfere afterwards, and Damage Control comes down and keeps their whole feud going with Zoe. Does Zoe and them have a team name? I hate just keep naming them. They still don't have a
name. They don't have a name.
Well, anyway, it's a 3-on-3 feud afterwards.
Yeah, we're not
Right.
allowed to say. The funniest thing to me is that all of a sudden, Damage Control are baby faces.
Where did that
Out of
come
nowhere.
from? Like, what the?
Out of nowhere. It was just like they got taken out and then they're baby faces. And then we like, okay.
Right.
It's just
Right.
because I don't know. I like Io Sky. I like Kairi Sane. And I like Dakota Kai as talent. So, hey, might as well get behind them.
That's messed up because that's the one I do not like.
With
Who?
Dakota Kai.
I do not like her with them.
I love
With
Dakota
Damage
Kai,
Control.
Man. I love.
No, I
I
like
like-
her. No, I like her. I don't like her with them.
I like
Okay.
Dakota Kai when she was with what's her name when they were Team Kick. She's
Yeah.
off of TV
Tegan
right now
Knox.
too. Tegan Knox.
Yeah, Tegan Knox.
Her
yeah.
and Tegan Knox would work well together as Team Kick again, and give Tegan Knox something to do. Right now, she's just kind of doing nothing.
Drifting.
So
Right.
I'm just waiting for Oscar to come back and just take her place. Because
you
doesn't
can
need to
kick
be there.
Dakota Kai out
yes,
And
so they
Triple
can be
H-
heels again.
Triple H, I know you watch us because you've been taking our ideas for weeks. Please give these women a group name, all right? I'm sick of naming each one of them one by one. Jesus, wasting my time, man. But next up, we get
Can't say it.
CM Punk comes to the ring to issue a rematch to Drew, but out comes Seth. And he was pissed off and wanted payback from last night, getting that GTS. He comes down to the ring, and right when they're about to fight, Drew is up in the rafters and he's talking, well, not in the rafters, in the crowd, and he's talking CM Punk, talking all type of trash. In the moment he mentioned AJ and Larry, CM Punk took off, which left Seth in the ring. And out
We need a
comes
moment of silence.
Bronson Reed, who absolutely destroyed Seth Rollins with 6, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5,
It was 7.
6. No, it was
It
6.
was 7.
It was 6.
No, he went up there for the 7th, and they
He went
rolled
up
him
for the
out.
7th and they rolled him out. Michael
Oh.
Cole said half a dozen. I did my research. It was 6.
I thought
But he hit him with 6, laying
Seth was
out
coughing
Seth.
up
It
blood.
took everybody to stop Bronson Reed. Chuck, for the big guys. Was this a good look for Bronson Reed?
yes. And this is what we said. I think we said on like one of our real first episodes. And I was like, when you a big guy, you don't have to like when we matter of fact we said with Braun Breaker. A lot of times you don't have to talk. Come out here, make your mission statement, and just walk away. What do I need to say something for? My actions speak louder than words. And for him, it was, I'm wrecking shop. And then he walked off. Then he sat in the corner and watched. And just watched his work. Then he left. And then I think he had like a little backstage segment where he said something. But you technically didn't have to say nothing. You already made your point very loud and clear.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Definitely.
No,
Ron?
no, Ron? Ron said no? Okay, my bad, Ron.
No,
I said no.
no. I'm just saying. I'm just shaking my head because this is like these are all the guys that I watched shine in NXT, and they came up to the main roster and they fumbled it. And this was Bronson Reed at NXT, where he came and wrecked shop, didn't say much. He just put in work, and then that was it. And this was Seth Rollins. This is like not no squash match or something. This was Seth Rollins. This is a statement. He said,
Freaking
okay.
Rollins, yes.
Yeah. He said he went out there and made a statement and then just sat there just sat there and just watched it and then just walked off.
He had to pop out and show niggas.
Yeah, he definitely did. And he told Adam Pearce, like, okay.
Yeah.
He basically pulled a Braun he pulled a Braun Breaker and was like, you made me do this. So Adam
Right.
Pearce, you're getting your talent halfway killed. Listen to these people.
All right.
It's all your fault, Adam Pearce.
Speaking of Braun Breaker, can we have a moment to talk about his promo in the back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Go
He
ahead.
was
You
like-
you go ahead and say that. Go ahead, get it out.
He was like, what do you say, 2.5 years? And he's, I'm not just talking about now. I'm talking about since I've been here, even in NXT. And everybody thinks that I'm on the hunt. I'm still chasing. He said, do you see these plates? This is my name, bolted in the title. They're going to have to, I was like, oh,
He
come on.
says there's nobody that's
Come
going
on.
to take
Nobody
this.
going
Right.
to
For me.
take my name off this belt. I was like,
I believe you, sir. I believe you.
And that's why I want to take a minute, because I was like, I had to stop. I'm at work. I had to pull over and look like, what did you say?
The only person that I could see even standing a chance right now was who we just talked about. Bronson Reed versus Brian Breaker would be an incredible match.
No. We talked about somebody else a couple days ago. Give me Jacob versus Brian Breaker at some point, somewhere. Give me that at Royal Rumble. I'll take it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
two
be
different
definitely
brands right
a
now.
nice.
Yeah.
That will be a nice face-off at Royal Rumble.
But this is back-to-back weeks where Brian Breaker had hell of a tape promos.
Mm.
You know, he got to just convert it to live, and we'll see. But the tape promos, killing it. But next up, Woods and Kofi get the win over the Final Testament because the debut finally happens of Odyssey Jones. Finally, he distracts AOP, helping Kofi and Woods get the win. But afterwards, Odyssey Jones picks up both members of AOP by himself and Sidewalk slams them at the same damn time. Unbelievable. Just a look with Odyssey Jones. I don't know if he Big E's replacement, but after the match, there was a segment with Tozawa and them backstage, and Woods didn't seem on board with Odyssey. He had a little look on his face like, who invited you, you know?
Yeah, nobody talked to me about this.
Yeah, a little seed being planted right there, man. Your boy's the New Day, Chuck. How you feel about that?
They need to just break this group up. I keep saying it every week. I mean, I did like Odyssey Jones coming out. I thought he did phenomenal. Not play on words, because I just talked about AJ a minute ago, but he did phenomenal. And Woods already was kind of looking like, hey, no, I'm not with this, even though Kofi just jumping around. And I really don't like how every time my man from the what is that group's name?
Final Testament.
You talking about
Karrion Kross?
Karrion Kross.
Yeah, he was like, for X amount of years, Kofi and Xavier been like Big E wasn't a part of New Day for all them years.
Yeah, they not mentioning him.
They showed him though. They showed him.
You have to. He's part of the fucking their intro music, but he acts like Big E was. Well, it really goes. As a fan of Big E, I was kind of mad about that, but Big E ain't coming back, and I really don't want to see nobody replace him. So I'm just over the group.
Yeah. Definitely.
Is it official that Big E is not coming back? So I don't think it's ever been official.
I think the way his film company is going so well financially, I don't think he can come back. He in love, you know.
I don't know. I feel like they're playing.
I thought he said a couple months ago that there's no change.
Yeah, he says the bone is not healing. It hasn't grown back yet.
He said he's gonna have 2 surgeries, and he said he's still praying about it, but he says right now there's no change. And if that's the case, go ahead and break the group up.
Yeah, he got an independent film company that is doing big stuff right now, man. So I don't even think he's interested.
All I know is that
team.
Yep.
The XFL team.
That's for our Michigan Panthers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I do. Man, it's been like Odyssey Jones.
Tell us about him.
He was only in NXT for only saw him for maybe a couple months. They called him up quick because they felt like they had a new Mark Henry, and I could see that. I could see him being the next Mark Henry. He has all the skills. He's more athletic than Mark Henry was, but he's just as strong as you saw today. But people don't know enough about him, and I think this was probably the perfect way to bring him up. Right in the midst of this whole thing, just throw him in there, have him be the third wheel for a minute, even causing some friction, but it also introduce him and get you a chance to kind of see who he is. Because he got a lot of personality too, as you saw. So yeah. I was like, oh, is that Odyssey Jones? He finally shows up. I'm wondering why they kept him off for so long. I don't know if they wanted to make sure that he was 100% ready. And if that was the case, they must have a lot invested in him. So
I'm just mad they put him with the New Day, man. It's
Yeah,
not. I don't hate the New Day. I just like my wrestling serious, man. And he just came off goofy. It was like he did what he did in the ring, and he went backstage and just lost me as soon as he got goofy. I'm like, man, another Montez Ford. Come on, man.
But that's like I said, he always had like a little bit of a person, like that much of a personality. I think this was the best way to introduce him right now. Now they'll probably move away from that later on, but just to get him out there and throw him in something so he can get some reps on TV, this was probably good and show that he has a little bit of a personality. What Kofi tweeted and what he posted on Instagram about how all of these other teams were breaking up because of they fell victim to one of the deadly sins or whatever, and the New Day has standed the test of time, and we saw a little bit of jealousy from Xavier Woods today.
I like that. Xavier is due, man. Come on, let's flip it. Let's get something going.
Now I'm not behind this. Is if, like we've been saying, if Big E comes back as a manager, and gives like his blessing type of thing, because then it works. But as of right now, I'm not trying to get E replaced, bro. I'm not. Why you trying to replace E?
Right.
I'm not trying to replace Big E either. So I want him to come back as a manager.
He's still dancing in all the live shows. Hey, Rob,
right. We seen him at SummerSlam. He looked still jacked. He ready to go. But we'll see. But I don't even really want to talk about this next match, which is going. But A-Town Down gets the win over Awesome Truth, getting their payback from getting chokeslam and the 5-knuckle shuckle from them and Jelly Roll at SummerSlam.
15 knuckle
Ron T. Shenanigans, man.
Yeah. I know what's happening though. I already know what's happening. They're planting the seeds for the Miz to turn on him again and become to go heel. I thought it was gonna happen tonight, but they must not have enough time because they went ahead and switched to somebody's promo. But it was just like, oh, here. Nope. Okay, I guess we're doing a promo. So they lost. About time A-Town Down won something. But yeah, they're just planting the seeds for the breakup and the eventual heel turn from the Miz. So it probably did what it's supposed to do. That's all.
Is R-Truth still a national treasure, Chuck?
Unfortunately, yes. But like I said, it's and the worst part is, I actually feel like it's the other way for me. I actually think they need to break up A-Town Down Under.
That's gonna happen eventually too.
Has to happen, man. I mean, Austin Theory is a mega star waiting to explode, man. I'm telling you.
I like the Miz and R-Truth. I just don't think that there should be a change. But I like them as being associates, like being friends. Like we can still be friends and not tag.
Yep. Next up, Priest gets the so predictable win by DQ against JD as Finn Balor and the New Judgment Day come down and attack Damian. They're kicking his ass left and right. He gets a little bit of the advantage, ends up chasing Finn away, but then Dom and Liv start jump. This is why I don't like Damian. You got a woman and Dominic beat you down, stump you out. But anyway, Dominic and Liv stumping him out, and here
I was surprised to see Liv
Mommy.
get a couple kicks in.
Yeah, she was getting a little cook in, but then Mommy comes down, and they're running off, but she gets her hands on Liv, slams her up against the corner, but Dom grabs her to make the save. They get in the ring, and JD's out there by herself. Rhea Ripley hits him with the headbutt. Damian gives him the choke slam finisher, and then they hug, and Michael Cole announced them as the new Terror Twins. Are you feeling this nickname, Ryan?
I am. I like that, Terror Twins, and they work well together as a a little bit of a, I guess, a faction or a team or whatever you want to call it, as a partners. They work well together. They both got the look pretty much. I thought it was hilarious how Carlito just stayed out of the way of everybody the entire time.
He was
And
like,
all right, JD, let me get you out of here. He was like, I'm just eating my apple. I'm just eating my apple.
Hey,
That was
he barely was stepping on. He barely was stomping on Damien. If you notice,
He was like, "Do I got to? Here's one. Here's two. That's all right. I'm out."
Oh man, how'd you feel about this new Terror Twins, Chuck?
I more so like the New Judgment Day more so than the New Terror Twins. But I never understood, and this might just be me, just naive. But how do you start a group and then get kicked out of it?
I don't know. Ask Edge.
Ask Edge.
Because Edge started it and brought the Terror Twins in. The Terror Twins just got kicked out, and Finn. I'm just like, huh?
Yeah, all the OG members is gone. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Solo with the Bloodline, technically Roman said like he's next up. It's just he went down to other members because the rest of the originals was gone.
It was Finn Balor's fault. All of it was Finn Balor's fault. They brought in Finn Balor. Finn Balor told him to take out Edge. Then he plotted to take them out. It's all Finn Balor. And
it's all playing out. But after that match, backstage, the Nameless group, Zoe Starks and them, jump Damage Control, hurting Dakota Kai, so she can't come out. But Io Sky comes out and replaces her and gets the win over Sonya Deville. And Sonya Deville got a little payback from Sonya. Yeah, they got payback basically. Io Sky got payback, but jumping Dakota backstage, and she gets the win over the Nameless group, keeping this whole thing going. I don't know if it's gonna be like a triple threat, three-way, what they got going on here with Carter and Chance and Lyra Valkyra, but we keeping the story going clearly, Chuck.
Yes.
When does Asuka come back? Is all I want to know. Because
I'm okay with Damage Control.
I like all Damage Control, but I'm saying if Asuka was back, Damage Control would be wrecking the Nameless group.
Oh, she got a while though. She got a while. She still, she got a minute. Yeah. But your thoughts, Ryan?
I like that they're keeping Damage Control relevant though. I really do like. I do like how well Kairi Sane and Io Sky work together. That moonsault, elbow at the same time. First, I didn't know what they were gonna do, and then but that was well done. I don't know what they're doing with this though, because you got three separate teams, basically separate teams of three that don't like this new Nameless group.
Right. I think technically, Party Girls with Lyra are the good guys. Mm-hmm. Damage Control would be the tweeners, and then the no names are the heels.
I'm gonna say something
bang,
a little
bang bang scissor gang.
Stop! We're not allowed to say that, Ron. Damn it, Ron.
Oh, my bad. Wrong company.
Wrong company. I was on another podcast live earlier, and they were asking me who is the best women's wrestler in WWE. I had to think about it, but once I really got down to it, the best athlete in the women's division is Io Sky to me, man. I think she's the best available wrestler right now that they have on the roster. The best available is Io Sky, man. I think she is. I can't think of nobody who's more entertaining wrestling wise as a woman in that company. Bianca and Belair, Bianca and Jade, they're more so a power present. When you talk about athleticism,
I think Tiffy.
Tiffy ain't got the strike.
No, not like her being better, but the only other person that is like next up to me is Tiffy.
Yeah.
But yeah, because Io Sky, like you said, she got the strikes. She's high flying.
She got everything.
Everything.
She don't even gotta talk. She just, like you say, just facial expressions, man. So shout out EO, man.
That's the reason I was saying, like, I liked when they had I hate to say this, but the three Asian women together, because them three are all amazing in their own
They're
way.
all Japanese. The 3 Japanese women. They're a different breed. These Japanese
Totally
women
different,
wrestlers
man.
are a different breed.
But what I'm saying
different.
is they're not only great on their own merit, but when you put them in together,
Mhm.
and they literally play off each other. Like, even when they was like trying to kick Bailey out, they played off of each other to where I've always been a huge fan of Oscar, but you got EO and then you got what is the other one?
You got
Tarzan.
you got Kairi Sane, and then you got
Like
Asuka.
all three of them are just amazing. Like I said, they're amazing in their own right, but even together, they play well off each other.
They also have family. They also have family history too, as far as EO's sister was in a tag team in Japan with Kairi Sane and Asuka. So they all are tied together through all of that as well. So they've known each other.
Deep-rooted history. Yeah, definitely. But speaking of history, next up, backstage, we got Sammy is backstage looking a little down, and Jay makes his little small Monday Night Raw appearance. And he's hyping him up, saying, hey, it's going to be all right. Then Sammy says, you're right, because next week Adam Pearce is giving me a rematch against Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title. But then Jey Uso plants a seed and says, after that, we're going to talk to Adam Pearce and we're going to get our hands on the Judgment Day, possibly making you a double champ. Chuck, would you be happy to see Jey Uso and Sami Zayn take the titles off Finn and JD?
Yes. Whoa, that was quick. Yes.
That was quick.
Slow it down a little bit. Yes, I would.
Elaborate.
Yes, because Jay, like I said, he had to run with Cody, but it was without his brother. But he needs something because, like I said, the man is way too over.
Yeah,
For Sammy, even though I really want Sammy to go back to KO, but that's not going to happen because KO's with Randy Orton now. So it's
they're also on SmackDown, right? So
plus they're on a different brand. But I'm just saying I wish they would go back to where it was Sammy and KO was together.
You for it, Ron?
I got mixed feelings because I don't want Jay to end up in another tag team.
Right.
I don't want him to end up in another tag team with the title. He deserves a single title run, even if it's a short run. And I don't want Sammy to just be drifting aimlessly because he don't have a title to go after.
Right.
So that's why I have mixed feelings. Like, it would do Sammy good, but it wouldn't do Jay any good.
Right. I agree. I just think Jay, I don't know. I think maybe he in trouble. We just don't know about it. I can't understand why you're one of your best merch sellers, your most over entrance. He's not on your biggest pay-per-view of the year, one of your biggest pay-per-views. He's not in any feud right now whatsoever. He's not even chasing mommy no more to take her out to a Waffle House. He's just doing nothing.
She free now too. She free.
And she free.
You know what? Let's leave Sammy to the 2 out of 3 falls that he has to do with Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Jimmy's cleared. If you're gonna make Jey Uso go back to attack, at least let it be with his brother again.
Yeah. Don't do that. He done already won the belt with Cody. Don't do that to Jimmy, man. Have him just jumping around in different tag teams.
They're gonna have Jay join the New Day. That's what's about to happen.
Oh God, please no. But next up,
WWE still don't make that real. We're joking.
Right.
We're joking.
We are
That was a joke.
Paul.
Triple H. No.
But next up,
Bring
we
back
finally
his brother.
get the debut of the Wyatt Six, Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, and Eric Rowan as Uncle Howdy and Nikki Cross escort them to the ring. I love their music. I love their entrance. And Chad Gable and the Creed brothers have a new name. They are called American Made. Interesting. But as we all expected, the Wyatt Six, they get the win in spectacular fashion. It was an incredible main event. I think it elevated the Wyatt Six a little bit because the past few weeks, I don't know, I've been a little iffy on it, but I think they're rising back up. I'm feeling it. Ron T, your thoughts on the main event of Raw?
I like the fact that they came up with that American made because the last one was Alpha Academy, and if anybody knows about Chad Gable and Jordan, who was his name? Jason Jordan. They were American Alpha when they debuted. So
one of the greatest NXT tag teams ever.
They could have been one of the greatest tag teams in WWE if Jason Jordan didn't get injured. But
I was gonna say, I thought I saw Jason Jordan when Brian Breaker.
He was there.
Yeah,
he's there as he's a producer in the back, so he still get on camera. But I like that they went with that American made. He got two guys that wrestle similar to the way that they used to wrestle. So I think this works well for them, and I also like that it wasn't a squash match because the Creed brothers are phenomenal tag team. They can only get better with Chad Gable, and they put up a fight. But the Wyatt Six, they look like absolute monsters. They took hits. They went down for a minute, but they came back stronger. I was very impressed with Dexter Lumis because we haven't seen him in a while, and it's hard to remember how he worked in the ring because when we did see him, they just used him for backstage segments and other type of stuff. So I think he let everybody know how good he is as a wrestler. We already remember how Eric Rowan was always a monster. He also did this tribute to Luke Harper when he went to yeah. So that was kind of dope. And Joe Gacy.
You cried.
Yeah, I had a tear. I was like, "Oh, stop, man, stop." Joe Gacy showed his athleticism out as well and his toughness because he hit his tailbone on that apron when he was going out of the ring, and he toughed it out through the rest of the match. So phenomenal debut by the Wyatt Six. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I had goosebumps when they came down. Reminiscent of the Wyatt family again. Super dope.
Yeah. Chuck?
Like I said earlier, these guys played to the puppets perfectly. Because Dexter was like a buzzard flying every fucking where. I even like when he first started, he was looking at Gable on with the little slide around, like, keep going. It was like menacing. And then, you remember, I don't know if y'all remember when Bray, everybody was talking about Bray got back in shape, but him and Huskers used to do two-man dance. And like you said, with Joe Gacy is like, he went a little corner saying he did the little upside down that Bray used to do. And then he was showing how strong he is, even though he's small. And I'm like, bro, like this dude's throwing everybody around. And then, like you said, with Eric, with the yeah tribute, man, I was like, he's rambling. He kept chattering, even when he was just chattering to himself. I was like, they're playing into the characters perfectly. But I want to give American Made one thing that I thought was phenomenal. That triple backflip. When one went, then the other one went, and then Chad went. I was just like,
yeah. They're gonna be a hell of a squad, man. Hell of a squad.
But I can't really say anything bad about. I mean, even the moves, like when Dexter Lumis, they all tagged in at the end. Joe Gacy slammed Dexter onto him, and then he went up top, and then Dexter came flying again, and he threw him into him. I was just like, these guys not only got into characters of playing the roles of characters, but they've been working on some shit. You could tell they've been training while they were gone, and they just came back and, let's get the dust off. Like, they've been working. And I actually got to agree with Michael Cole, man. I think Bray would be proud.
Yeah,
definitely would. Even I like the image of Uncle Howdy in the aisleway in the rocking chair with Nikki Cross. That was just great visuals, man. It was done well, man. Very well.
And Michael Cole actually addressed all of them by their names, except for Uncle Howdy. He called him Uncle Howdy, but he said Nikki Cross. I'm like, Oh, you know who it is.
Finally.
Oh,
Finally.
I like he said their name. Which puppet? Because he was like, he thinks that he's Huskus. He thinks that he's Mercy. He thinks that he's Rambling. Nikki Cross is over there. She really thinks that she's
Sister
Abby the Witch.
Abigail.
I'm like,
Yeah, Abby the Witch, yeah.
well, yeah, he said Abby the Witch, but
Yeah, Abby
it
the
was
Witch,
the
yeah.
fact that I was like, this, because like I said, I went online one time and it was like, they had them by the name of the puppets, and then you go on again and they had them by the actual names, and they kept flipping for a while. But I was like, this was, I don't know. To me, this was like one hell of a brave tribute, and I really like how American Made was about to leave at one point, and Uncle Howdy was just sitting there rocking like, we all going.
Right. That was hard. That was hard. I think it was a decent show after SummerSlam. A nice fallout show, but on a scale of 1 to 10, would you give it, Ryan?
I honestly think that there's going to be. I think they're still writing for Thursday, and you know, considering they only had a real 1 day to write for this, I think it was a good. Considering they had a day to write to make this up, so I'm not going to be as harsh as I am that I usually am, because like you said, this was a solid coming out of SummerSlam.
Well, you go ahead first.
Yeah.
What's your score? Go ahead first.
I'm going with 7.
7 from Chuck. What you got, Ryan?
I'm going higher. I'm giving this like a 8.5.
Yeah, we must be on the same wavelength. I was thinking 8.5 right before you said it, man. I think it was a good showing. I like the way Dom and them look, the new group. The Terror Twins, they got to grow on me. But the
only thing I didn't like was the Miz and Down Under. And I didn't like the no names. So the no names really just, I don't know. They just don't hit well. And even
they
when
need a name. That's it. They need a name.
Even when Lyra got the win, it felt like they were just bullying her. Even though she's the Raven in Baltimore. Like, what are you doing? It's Baltimore. Let the little bird fly a little bit.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
She won by DQ.
There was a lot of high
surprised.
moments, but it was like they would have really high moment, then they would do something like boring. There was really high moment, then there was another boring. Which is the only reason I'm like, for them to come out of SummerSlam, it wasn't as strong as it could have been, but I'm like, y'all had 3 hours and y'all had a day to fill up 3 hours. So I'm not going to knock it as hard as I normally would, because in my head, I'm like, it was like a 5 or a 6, but I'm like, I'm going to go 7, 7.5, because like I said, it was a solid. There was too many low moments. I think if they had 2 hours, it would have been nonstop just greatness. But that third hour, I always say, that third hour is what kicks Monday night's ass.
They got to stretch it out with a bunch of commercials.
But by popular demand, last week we did not do a Great American Bash post show, and I got killed for that in the comments. So tomorrow we will 100% get together for a Great American Bash post show and have Ron's NXT breakout performance of the week on top of that.
Hey, just so everybody at home know, ask Ron. Ron will tell you. I called and was like, hey, make sure you talk about that Perez match, Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That was a banger last week. Banger. Any last thoughts on Raw?
I ain't Sheamus.
Any last thoughts before we get out of here?
See y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, see y'all tomorrow.
Until then, though, it's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T the Icon.
I'm Chuck Jordan.
And we are the Holy Shhh.
I was trying to think of something like with the buzzer. It's the buzzer, Chuck Jordan. I'm sleepy. It's just Chuck Jordan.
Well, good night. Holy Shhh Podcast. We out.
Media.